love me some Batman.
We got another Batman game.
Yeah, it's a Batman Arkham Origins.
It's actually not made by Rocksteady.
Yeah, which
made
is
by WB Montreal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and and Splash Damage, which was responsible for the online multiplayer. Which who gives a shit, because it's Batman and I want to play online and not be bad. I don't want to be a George Clooney Batman.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
So, we have an origin story, well, kinda. You know how I feel about my origin stories.
Origin stories are tricky when you go and do a prequel.
Yes. Especially to two really good games that are like financially and critically successful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And to go back in time and tell the story about how it all happened later on is a big leap.
It is a big leap, but I mean, I was glad that they did a prequel instead of a sequel.
Yeah,
because if they did a sequel, it wouldn't be. It'd just be bland.
Yeah.
It'd be like all washed out. We don't know who these characters are.
And AKA no Joker.
Yeah, and no Joker. Mark Hamill left after Arkham City, so we were like, oh god, how is this gonna work? So.
But in Origins, I guess we've got two good replacements. We got Roger Craig Smith doing Batman, he's otherwise known as the voice of Ezio.
Yes, and
we got Troy Baker doing Joker.
Yeah, who also did Booker DeWitt, who was in...
He's blowing up, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good voice actor.
I think they did the best impersonations they could really do.
I really did think that they really didn't want to mess this up.
Like, when I was playing the game, when I was hearing like Roger Craig Smith's Batman, I was like, I could actually kind of see this as a young Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, because I did feel like they had to put in a little bit of Christian Bale's Batman into it. I did feel like, where are these assassins? And I'm like,
where's Black Mask?
Yeah, where's Black Mask? And I'm like, you put her in a bit of Christian Bale.
Another Christian Bale thing, I think like the Batsuit in the game is almost like...
It was armored.
It's armored and it almost looks like the Dark Knight's armored approach.
There was a lot of stuff that was kind of copy and pasted from other mediums. Like, most of Joker's stuff was from the graphic novel Killing Joke. Which is a brilliant graphic novel written by Alan Moore.
Yeah, definitely recommend it.
Yeah, definitely. But is this like just too copy and pasted?
That's the thing, because like, if you've played the previous games and you play this, you can definitely pick and choose parts that were new and parts that were copy and paste.
Oh yes.
Straight from the predecessors, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, no. I do have to admit, the narrative for this one, I thoroughly enjoyed. I think
it's a very good story.
I did enjoy it more than both other games. I mean, that's saying something because I really loved like the whole idealism of those two games. But this one was just really good because it was like, not only does he have to fight Joker and Black Mask, and 8 assassins who are after him. He's also being pursued by the police. And that was also like a reminder of like his real brutal younger self, and he has no like he just wants to get to it.
He's beating up cops, he's doing everything, he's crazy.
He really thinks in this game like there's no other option than to beat the living shit out of people.
Yeah, and even like when you see Jim Gordon like approach Batman, he's like, no, you're not justice, you're beating these criminals till bloody pulp and shit. And he's like, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. So
I'm Batman, and you're you.
I think it was kind of weird how like no one had seen him, even though
it was the second year.
Yeah, it's like 2 years he's been doing this, and it's like no one's seen him.
He's still a so-called myth to people.
And I would have liked to see Batman push Joker into the acid or whatever in the story. You kind of get a glimpse and know on an understanding of it. You
get a little nuance to the Killing Joke.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
and when he takes off the red hood and then he looks into the water and he's like,
when he finally fucking loses
he flips it.
Yeah.
And even like as they're like where he says, you know, have you ever had just a bad day?
Yeah.
And it was like,
All of them.
Control C, Control V, Killing Joke, Batman Arkham Origins.
Just takes a bad day to ruin Gotham.
Yeah, well, I guess.
The only not that it's like a complaint, but it was just for me that like how we went into this thinking that Black Mask was the big villain.
Yeah,
and then it kind of like twisted and like, you know,
in my opinion, it was
turned it around, and it was like, oh, he's the main villain, just like the other game. Not that it's a bad thing.
I don't mind that, but it was a bit of like Mandarin twist.
Yeah.
I was like,
coming up,
really? This is the... Alright, fine, whatever.
He was...
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Another thing, I have to get this off my chest. There are a lot of glitchy...
Oh, there's a lot of
bugs in this game.
I found myself playing... You and me, both. We were playing the game, it froze up, started lagging.
Oh yeah, no.
Had to reset the console, computer, whatever.
There was one point where I had to use an elevator to go up and start to like go on this next level. I pressed the button to go up the elevator. My character just went through the floor. And
I've been hearing a lot of things over the internet. I hear that there's non-story progression.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you can't like go further. No. I hear like a lot of bugs, but apparently WB Montreal has a patch coming out soon.
Alright, well that's good.
Supposedly will fix it.
Well, hopefully.
But
also, another thing to get off my chest, that Deathstroke boss was nearly fucking impossible.
Okay, here's the one that maybe almost the biggest thing wrong with this game is the boss fights.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sorry, but I think like 6 out of the 8 assassins are like the same boss fights.
Yeah,
same mechanics, you have to counter them, then you beat them up, and then, yeah.
They're either too underwhelming, or they're just too fucking hard.
They're too hard. Like, if you were playing on hard, like, fucking, God help you.
I was playing on hard. I had to stop when I was playing with, against Deathstroke. I had to restart the game on a slightly lower difficulty. And that was like, are you serious? And
yeah, and like, I think they made the thugs more of a threat, and they're like harder, they're more difficult to counter now. And I guess the excuse there is that he's a young Batman, he's still inexperienced. But like,
I did know that as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I guess unexperienced. But we're not unexperienced. We know Batman.
Yeah,
but that's
like,
the problem with making prequels. You have to try.
And the thing is, it's the well-known thing about prequels is that we know what's gonna happen to these characters.
Yeah, so,
you know?
So it's just like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
like, I know this character's not gonna die.
Also, I was a little pissed off that they changed Killer Croc's face.
They made him more minuscule.
Yeah, I was like younger, but I was like...
It wasn't as animalistic, I guess you could say.
But on the bright side, for other people, Batman, Joker, definitely the showstoppers for this game.
That's usually, that's the Batman lore right there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, just with, it was really hard just coming off of Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, it's gonna be...
And another thing though, the main story, the campaign is really short.
It was short, it took me like a few days to...
Yeah, it took me a few days, I didn't play it in one sitting, but I think maybe like, if you played in one sitting, you could probably finish it in like, maybe 6 hours.
Maybe a full day or something like that.
But like, without like all the side missions, none of that. Like, the main.
Yeah, just main.
Like, cause I finished it and it said I was only about 22% complete.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it was like.
That's.
All that said and done, we've pretty much torn this apart.
Yeah.
But what would you give it?
Well, I think, like you said, like the story is really cool, but I think personally I wouldn't say it's better than like the Arkham City story, because that had everything. That had everything. So it had like characters pop up you just didn't even expect. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Had a crazy twist in the end. All that said and done, I think that the prequel offers some really good incentive, and like how it shows that like this was Batman before the Arkham games, the Arkham songs. But like, there's those problems that we talked about, and they are big problems.
Yeah,
they are really big problems.
They were like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going not playing this for a while.
The thing is, you know what? If this wasn't a Batman game, And this was like, I don't know, like, you know, just some random fucking...
Wonder Woman.
Oh, no, well, if it wasn't like a DC character, if it was just like a random, like, maybe it was like the Phantom game or something, I would be like, fuck this.
Yeah, alright.
Fuck Zero, but it's Batman. I'm always gonna give Batman a chance, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But I can't give this a high score. It's gonna be like a 5 out of 10.
I can understand. They're really showstopper. Like, the glitches in this are just so bad that it's nearly unplayable.
Especially nowadays that next gen is coming out.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of like, it's got too much stuff in it, and the processing power is just not enough for these like old consoles. But PC, it does have the same problem. So
don't get me wrong, yeah.
So I mean, that's not processing power is not the problem.
It's the game.
Yeah, so it is the game. I think it's too compressed for its own good. Although if I were to say that, like, I don't know, Arkham Asylum was an 8.5. Arkham City was an 8. I'd probably give this maybe a 9 or an 8.5 as well. Because this story was one of the most enduring stories I think I've ever seen in a Batman game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give this 9. Because even though with all the flaws, the terrible bosses, the glitchiest glitches that I've ever seen in a game, it's still Batman.
Yeah,
and you
that's what I mean,
have to love him.
So how about this? What would you give him in like a, or what else? Like 1 to 3?
I don't know, if I was going to say...
Like rank him, yeah.
Yeah, rank them. Arkham City would probably be number 3.
As in like best or worst?
Oh, worst.
What the fuck, nigga?
I thought it was good, but I just... number 2 would be Origins. Number 1, unbeatable, is Asylum. Asylum original was just mind-blowing. It took my mind to so many other places that I thought Batman could not take me. And for that, I would. What about you?
Mine would be, number 3 would be Origins, number 2 Asylum, and number 1 City.
Well, there we go.
It's just, City is a gem of a game.
Yeah, I did like it. I just didn't really like it. Really twist ending.
Yeah, but oh man, like...
It was good.
It's like the perfect ending though, because like...
Yeah,
I could see like all the non-fans of like, you know,
oh, no.
why doesn't he kill him already?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you know.
Actually, I didn't mind that twist. I didn't like the
There's also like a little thing at the end which implies that, you know.
Yeah. The Hugo Strange and the Ra's al Ghul twist. I didn't like that.
Okay.
I thought it was like really
Yeah.
But all that said and done. Yeah, that was Batman Arkham Origins review. Totally pick it up at Steam for like $50 or something, or like down the shops, $80 on console. I don't care. It's good. We got the collector's edition, so I am Batman.